I remember getting my Nintendo Switch on my birthday all the way back in September of 2019 and being so unbelievably excited. I mean, I had grown up with Nintendo my entire life up until that point. On top of that, Nintendo's exclusive library on the Switch was and still is absolutely unbeatable. And I still remember my first game on that system being Super Mario Maker 2, but the game I was most interested in was The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. I had watched video essays and reviews and retrospectives and deep dives into this game, and it just looked like the ultimate open world Zelda experience, and that's exactly what it was. I had a few gripes with it here and there. The controls were a little bit weird, at least in my opinion, and I thought that the weapons breaking constantly was a little bit obnoxious, but overall, it was a phenomenal game. The music was great, the storyline was great, the lore and backstory was great. I even thought the cel-shaded graphics on the Switch looked really nice. So you can imagine mine and what felt like the entire world's excitement when, what felt like 50 years later, we finally got the sequel to this game. And it was...
I gotta tell you, it was perfect. Perfect.
Yeah, it was a pretty perfect game, at least as perfect as a game can get. I mean, yeah, the weapons still broke, and I thought that was still dumb and annoying, but at the same time, this game expanded upon everything that Breath of the Wild set up. The map is widely expanded, and the enemy variety and the abilities that Link has are so much more intuitive and fun, and it gives you so many more possibilities and avenues to take while completing the story to this game. And while we're on the topic of the story, I thought the story this time around was better than Breath of the Wild, and I was thoroughly engaged and impressed with the way the story was being told. Not only through the direct cutscenes and things like that, but the dragons and the dragon tears that you have to find across the map was a really awesome way to tell us this story. The characters that are introduced this time around are still awesome, and Link is still a badass. The controls feel a little bit better this time around. I couldn't tell you why, but there is one issue I had while playing this game. I never finished it. And you might be asking yourself, Justin, why didn't you finish Tears of the Kingdom? It's one of the most highly anticipated games of all time. You've just spent the last 2 minutes talking about why you love this game so much and how perfect it is, and I would say yes, I did do that, and it is as perfect as a game can get. But my answer for why I didn't finish it is I don't know. Before I made this video, I was obviously outlining a script and just things I wanted to talk about, and I was trying to think of reasons and points I could discuss as to why I didn't finish Tears of the Kingdom, but I couldn't think of any. And I am not in any capacity making this video to crap on Tears of the Kingdom. That is not at all my goal with this video. I have an insane amount of respect for not only Breath of the Wild, but also Tears of the Kingdom. In my opinion, they are some of the most carefully crafted, well-made, well-rounded gaming experiences that you can have on any system, regardless of whether it be PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo, you name it. The amount of love, detail, care, and passion and time put behind these two games is pretty unparalleled, and the fact that they pulled it off so well on a system like the Nintendo Switch has to be praised. But I guess I'm just genuinely curious if anyone else had an experience like me. I was absolutely eating the game up, and it was all over my TikTok feed and my Instagram, and it was everywhere. And then I kept playing it, and then at a certain point I just stopped. And my uncle, who is one of my closest friends and has been with Nintendo since their inception with the NES, had pretty much the exact same experience as I did. I mean, the game is essentially a 10 out of 10, and it's beautiful and it's amazing, and the story and the lore is insanely rich, but why couldn't we finish it? And this answer might upset you, it certainly upsets me, but the simple answer is, I don't know. On paper, and even while you're playing it, you see why this game is so widely and highly praised. But even a few weeks back, I tried to get back into it to finally finish the story, and I just couldn't. And again, like I said, the story, the characters, the gameplay, the graphics, the scenery, and the music, it all works together so well to create a perfectly balanced experience, and yet I couldn't finish the game. And I guess my biggest motivation with making this video is just to connect with you guys and see if any of you had a similar experience to the one that I did. The fact that I couldn't finish the game, and neither could my uncle, doesn't take away from any of the game's beauty or perfection. It just makes me think a little bit. And Zelda hasn't been a part of my life nearly as long, like a franchise like Donkey Kong that legitimately started my love for gaming, but I have been a fan of Zelda for several years. That being said, I do one day hope to sit down and finally get through this game once and for all, because it does deserve to be beaten. It deserves to be seen all the way through. I'm very excited to see where the Legend of Zelda franchise is going to go from here. Are we going to get DLC for this game? Are they just going to go straight into a part 3 of this trilogy? I guess we'll have to wait and see. But that's going to do it for this video, guys. I appreciate you all watching so much. We're almost to 40 subscribers, which doesn't seem like a lot, but I mean, we started from 0 about a month ago and we're already almost to 40, so I think that's pretty awesome. I hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you in the next video. Take care.